And Army football practice. Black Knights getting set for Rice. Have a chance to talk to the defensive coordinator. That's Nate Woody. Coach, good to see you. Your defense really seemed to mature down in Florida Atlantic. We talked a little bit about the balance of pass rush before the game and coverage, but your defensive back, your secondary, seemed to me really grew in that game and were very effective. What did you see?
I thought one thing going down there was it was going to be hot, and we were prepared for it. I think mentally it was a game where we had to get ready for that, and getting ready for FAU and what could be at times an explosive offense. I thought we just expected a fight, and there was a time during the first half where they were able to put together some completions. Some of them wish I had made a better call. Some of them wish we had made a better play, but they got on a little bit of momentum before the end of the half, and we just did a nice job coming back out after the first half and getting a turnover, and our offense just did a tremendous job of possessing the ball and eventually putting the ball over the end zone, and I thought it was great complementary football. So we made some plays defensively. Offense did their job, special teams did their job, and everything just sort of came together.
Hey, Chance Keith really stood out, 7 tackles on the game. Outside linebacker, 4 solos. How did you see his game emerge against Florida Atlantic?
I thought Chance made the plays that he needed to make, and that's good for us. They attacked out to the field a little bit more than into the boundary, and Chance came up good for us, and can't say enough about Coach Lewis has done a great job of coaching those Apaches, and Chance has stepped up when his opportunity has come, and he sort of answered the call and made plays that I always thought that he could make, and we expect a lot out of those guys, and he delivered. So that makes everybody does their job, take care of their business, and things go well.
And Max Dominico had an outstanding interception. It seemed like you bracketed the receiver on the outside, and then Max was on the inside and was able to grab the ball. Tell us a little bit about how that play set up.
I think they were just in an area where usually that's a place where they might go deep on us. So we went to a coverage where Max could get a read off of his receiver and help a little bit on it. But I thought I thought that he did a great job of helping out on the play, and he's the one that came up with the interception. But also thought that we were in position to make the play, even if Max hadn't gotten there. I like his play. I loved how he took the ball up high and looked it in and took it at the highest point and made the play for us. It's a huge play, and probably if he didn't make it, we had someone else back there to do the same. So it was. I wasn't sure which way the quarterback was going to go on that thing, but I thought Max played it perfect.
Very good. Just thoughts about Rice. Coach Morgan kind of said, he wants the team to do the things that it does real well. But what do you see in the Rice offense that you want to work on?
I think Rice has got. I think they've got some big, strong, tough, offensive players. I think the quarterback does a great job of sort of managing the offense. He does a good job of processing, where he's going to go with the ball before the snap, and gets the ball out, pretty quick. I think if they want to run the football, then the running back position is probably the best room, on the offensive side. They got some guys that I think are athletic, that are tough, that can make you miss, and when they do make you miss, have good speed. So, if there was, you look at the offensive line and the footwork is good, they're big, they're strong. So, this is a great opponent for us to see where we're at right now, and I would expect them to come out and be balanced. And maybe run the football so that they can throw it. But that's their decision to make, and we just got to line up and beat our blocks and understand our assignments and be aggressive.
Okay. Online?
Go ahead on Zoom, Jeff.
Hey, Coach Woody, Joe Icono with GBK.
Hey, Joe.
First off, defensive backs, the corners hadn't had a lot of reps prior to this year, but they've been developing nicely the first couple of games. Both had an interception in the first game, and then last week, Donovan Platt had a borderline reception that wasn't called, but may have been, and then there was almost a fumble recovery at the end of the game. So can you talk a little bit to the development of your corners back there?
I think Coach Dixon has done a tremendous job of coaching those guys, and Coach Dixon is our pass game coordinator, and just I think today really is when I realized just how easy it is to call the game for us defensively back there from a coverage standpoint. When we're going through Skelly, we called a lot of different coverages today, and it didn't matter if it was the first group, second group, third group. They were all on task, understood their assignment, and competed for the ball. So, Coach, I think Coach Dixon's done a great job of coaching those guys up in coverage, and the corners especially. I think those guys have. You're right. There's nothing like experience, and when you're lacking that, you step out there and you just gotta roll with it, and then each game, each play that you get a little bit better and a little bit smarter, and how to understand the tempo of receivers, the game, the quarterback as far as when the ball comes out. All those things are important, and again, I think our corners have stepped up and given us an opportunity to win, each ball game that we played. And again, I talk about just taking care of your business, and if you go back and look, you just don't see explosive passes given up, by those guys, and you see interceptions, and especially when they tighten down the coverage, they're really good at intercepting balls. And if we can keep that up the rest of the season, we'll have a really good defense. That's a fact.
And a follow-up and final question, we'll stay in the secondary. Casey Larkin moved to a new position in fall camp at safety, and he started to come on as well. I think he may have been back there with Max on that interception, if I'm not mistaken, in double. Talk a little bit about his maturation and development as well.
Yeah, I always thought Casey would be a good football player for us, and he played safety for us this last year. And during the off season, we thought we might need a little bit of help at the Apache position, and thought that was something that might be natural for him. And just as soon as we made that move in the spring, we had some turnover at the safety position, so we ended up having to move him back during fall camp because of some injuries and just lack of depth at the safety position. So he stepped in and done a great job for us. I think again, the more he plays back there, the better he's going to get. And as he gains more and more experience, I think you're going to really see him shine. But we've got a lot of coverage, a lot of communication that we got to be able to take care of, and he's handled it well so far.
Great, thanks, Coach.
All right,
Sal?
Hey, Coach Woody, it's Sal from Black Knight Nation. How are you?
hey Sal.
Hey, I got a secondary question for you, too. Seemed like Gavin Shields made the most of his snaps against Florida Atlantic. How far has he come from last year to this year?
He's stepped up and become more vocal and communicating checks back there from the secondary. He, in our last scrimmage, I thought he made a really nice play, breaking on a ball on a mid-range pass to break it up and just really covered a lot of ground. We were trying to, attack, over there near where the corner was playing, and he was breaking on balls that, heck, I didn't think he could get to, and he was getting to it with relative ease. So, really been pleased with what he's done. And then he comes back in this pass game and almost gets a pick on a ball that I thought was one that would be really tough for him to defend. He did a nice job on breaking on it and getting his hands on it. So can't say enough about Gavin. He gives great effort. He's somebody that everyone likes. He's a guy that works hard to get done what you need, and that safety position is not the easiest thing to play for us back there. So tip my cap to him. He's come a long way, and we appreciate it.
Just one last one. What have you seen from your guys up front? I know you're playing a lot of guys. You're using your depth up front on the defensive line. What have you seen from them the first 2 games?
Well, we lost some guys last year that had a lot of experience for us. So putting some guys in there and moving some guys around, weren't really quite sure what to expect in that first ball game. But I feel like they've grown. I think Coach Cronin has really stepped up and gotten those guys going. Does a lot with our pass rush, and those guys are intelligent about anticipating what's coming. I think that sometimes we look at the run game and we say we need to get more penetration. Sometimes we look at a pass rush and we say we need to get more sacks. But what I see is that those guys are doing their job really well, and when they can do their job well, then you don't see a lot of points on the board. And as long as there's not a lot of points on the board, I've got a lot of confidence in our offense and how they move the football and how they put points up up there for us as well. So keep winning as long as the defensive line keeps playing like they are.
I appreciate it, Coach. Thanks.
Sure.
You're all set, Coach.
Coach, one more,
Yeah.
if I could. Maybe we talked last night with Cody Harris Miller, your nose tackle. He's kind of moved up the depth chart. Tell us a little bit about his game, what he's contributing.
Cody played on the scout team a year ago, and when you play on the scout team against an offense like we have, that's a hard one to handle every day. But every day someone would come up to me and talk about how good he was doing, how he demanded double teams. In our defense, that's what we got to have. We got to have a nose tackle that can demand the double teams, because if somebody can get if you can get a blocker on everybody, then you're not going to be successful defensively. So what Cody's done is come in there and shown that from an assignment standpoint he's solid, that he does demand the double team, and he doesn't get pushed back into the linebackers or the path of the linebackers. So he's gotten an awful lot of playing time for us. I think he got a little penalty called on him for holding on the center, during one of their plays during their drive, and I guess you can't really say anything about penalties, so I won't. But I thought he did a tremendous job in the ball game, and I love his work ethic. I think he's going to be a really, really good football player for us. Now we still rotate, at that position. And there's two other guys that come through there and do a good job as well. I think Jacob Tuioti and Cody Winokur, both are getting reps at that position, and that allows all of those guys to be fresh and play hard on through the fourth quarter. So again, Cody Harris is he's outstanding, done a great job so far, as those other two have as well.
Thanks, Coach.
Sure. All right.
Yeah.